Well, we didn't know what it was.
If you need proof that a buried treasure goes beyond gold coins and rare jewels,
And it's a very unique scrapbook, you can tell.
take a gander at Richard and Susan Golden's dining room table.
And I think there was a reason why the two of us discovered these things.
Sometimes gems surface in the most unlikely of places.
It's amazing that these even exist.
The couple from Warsaw consider themselves rich beyond measure,
Oh, it's definitely a treasure.
not from a money tree, but their family tree.
These are basically Polaroid photographs.
While cleaning out his boyhood home following his mother's death,
There were 2 scrapbooks
Richard discovers a trove tucked in the corner of the attic.
buried at the very bottom.
Keepsakes that hadn't seen the light of day in decades. American history in black and white.
Considering their age, remarkably good condition, in my opinion.
Snapshots of Major Robert Alfred Golden.
This is him receiving a commendation.
In 1945, Richard's uncle drowned while building a crucial railroad bridge in Wesel, Germany during World War II.
My uncle's passing was something that my dad just didn't discuss with us.
The 33-year-old fades from memory.
Because it hit him so hard, he was very close to his brother.
The albums captured not just Richard's long-lost relative, but a little-known chapter.
But we knew nothing about how this tied in with my Uncle Fred.
Sitting in the shadows.
They didn't get the accolades that they deserved.
The 388th Engineering Regiment, made up of African Americans, helped build a 1,300-mile-long highway right through Alaska and Canada in 1942.
Pretty rugged conditions that they were going through.
A paved road that proved crucial in the country's war effort.
Anyone who served in the Army has made a sacrifice.
Major Golden served as an officer in the segregated unit before transferring to Europe.
Well, the date is 1945.
The Goldens knew their discovery was exceptional.
And I said, gracious goodness, we need to preserve this.
Enter Sylvia Marshall. The archivist at the Virginia War Memorial was left speechless when Richard and Susan lent her the scrapbooks.
Just to be able to hold the history, so 2 little-known pieces of American history during World War II, and to understand exactly the scale and the importance of it was quite amazing and honoring for me.
Sylvia spent nearly a year scanning and cataloging each picture and page.
And with it being digitized, you can really get in here and see the details, not only the soldiers that were part of the process, but the construction of the bridge.
The snapshots detail the sacrifices made by the soldiers and their officer while enduring harsh conditions, a wilderness, a world away from civilization.
Living in log cabins and dealing with nature. In the scrapbook, we see photographs of moose. We're recognizing a legacy of service. We're recognizing, a long history of American ingenuity with both of these constructions.
The images also offer a rare glimpse into the lives of indigenous people in the upper Northwest.
And this one is one of my favorites here.
Sylvia believes preserving these one-of-a-kind scrapbooks adds to America's tapestry.
This information isn't just limited to Mr. and Mrs. Golden. It's not just limited to me or the memorial. It's now statewide. It's now nationwide.
Sylvia was a godsend. She really was. She did what needed to be done and showed the reverence and respect that needed to be shown.
Richard and Susan breathe easier knowing the place where Uncle Fred is memorialized will also protect his and the 388th's legacy.
I was hopeful that they would tell us a lot about my uncle, the things that we didn't know.
Recently, the Goldens would retrace the Major's final steps.
If walls could talk, if this bridge, if this land could talk, what stories it could tell.
From the site of his death and where the bridge named in his honor once stood,
It was a very humbling experience.
to his eternal resting place at Netherlands American Cemetery.
Tears are gonna come to my eyes. Margrime Cemetery is absolutely beautiful. It's breathtaking.
It's the least we could do.
The Goldens are grateful the scrapbooks weren't thrown in a dumpster or left behind.
There's a lot of history there. And if we don't preserve the legacy, the story's going to die.
There's just such a wealth that needs to be passed on to another generation.
For I Have a Story,
There's history behind everything that one finds.
I'm Greg McQuaid, CBS 6 News.